Salaki, camera went off, but okay, I'm just gonna have to do it in two parts. But back into it, just back straight into it. You got to go back and watch the first part, and then it'll continue into the second part. But it says, verse 33, Matthew 6, verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. It says, take therefore no thought of the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself, sufficient unto the day of the evil thereof. Meaning that, look, you ain't got to be planning down the line too far down the line. And the Lord knows exactly what we need. As long as we're seeking the Lord's going to give us everything we need. So that's why you put your efforts into making a video, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, studying the Bible, going out on the highways and byways, bidding them to the marriage and teaching. That's your first love. That's what your mind is set on. And really everything else is going to fall in place. I know one of the elders, I believe from the Chicago camp of GMS, was just speaking about this, and Matthew chapter 6 breaks that down perfect, that the Lord is going to take care of us in every different way. Everything else is going to fall in place. All we have to do is seek the Lord, All we got to do is seek the Lord. All you got to do is go back and watch. My camera went off on me, so go back and check out part 1 of this. I'm going to have to do it in parts, but I'm going to end it off right here. This is second address, I believe. What's that? 15? No, it might be 16 here. This is second address, chapter 16. Let's just get, because let's get some context. Verse 37. Behold, the plagues draweth nigh, and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compass her womb, which pains when a child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. And it's just telling you, look, Jacob's trouble is coming. It's just telling you, look, during these end times, things are going to get worse. So yeah, we went through hardcore slavery and it eased up right now, but it's going to come back in a major way, even worse, like a time like never before, what Daniel on chapter 12 says. And it's going to be like the finale of Jacob's trouble, and it's going to come back even worse. Just like when a woman's about to have the baby, those contractions come and she's in more pain than throughout her whole pregnancy, It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle. So you getting ready, but you got to get ready mentally and spiritually first. So you got to understand and know what's going on. And just like Matthew chapter 6 said, what do you do when you're getting ready? Well, you seek the kingdom of the Lord, and everything else, the water, the food, the remit, the Lord's going to add those things to you. The Lord's going to make sure you're taken care of. The Lord can send an angel to follow you around and make sure you're taken care of. The Lord could give you spiritual power yourself to make sure you're taken care of. But you just got to seek the Lord. That's how we get ready for the battle. It's by seeking the Lord spiritually. It says, oh my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle. And in those days, and in those evils, be even as pilgrim upon the earth. And what do pilgrim do upon the earth? Which wraps around all the way around to what Rolling Stone, the definition of Rolling Stone. A pilgrim on the earth goes from place to place. They migrate, just like birds, just like Matthew 6 tells you. They migrate from place to place. They go place to place, because you're not going to be able to stay in one place. Just like 1 Corinthians 4:11 tells you, no certain dwelling place. You're not going to have no certain dwelling place. You're going to be living like the book of Eli. It's going to be like the book of Eli. You're going to have to go from place to place to try to survive. You're not going to be able to stack up in hard food in one place to survive. I mean, the book tells us here, also in 2nd Esdras 16, why? Verse 24, it says, there should be no man left to till the earth or to sow it. You're not going to have crops and farmers farming and food coming into cities, man. It's going to be great famines. It says the trees should give fruit and who should gather them? The grapes should ripen and who should tread them? For all places shall be desolate of man. See? So that one man should desire to see another man to hear his voice, like kind of like I Am Legend. You know, he was kind of crazy. He was kind of, if people see him today, they say he was bugged out. Will Smith on that movie, because he was talking to mannequins. He had a relationship with mannequins. You know, he desired to see another person. You know, it says, for of a city there should be 10 left in the whole city, right? And 2 in the field, which shall hide themselves in thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives. Upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. And that's important because look, in a city, if there's 10, like let's just say you got a big city like Atlanta or like Chicago, for instance, man, if there's only 10 left, it's your probability of bumping into another person is very slim, because these cities are gigantic, and you moving around from one place, then you got to go to another place to get some food. You know, you a rolling stone during these days. You're going to be a rolling stone during these days. You know, so, and they doing the same thing. So y'all constantly moving, missing each other. They get to a place where you are and then you're gone. So man, you gotta meditate on how these things are gonna go down and get prepared spiritually. It says, or when the vineyard is gathered, there is left some clusters of them diligently seek through the vine, Lord. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that searcheth their houses with the sword. People are going to be busting their houses with guns on them, looking for food. 2nd Esdras 15 tells us that. It says, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man should travel there through. Meaning the earth is going to regain the streets, the cities. You know, the earth, the vegetation, you know, the trees are going to grow back through the streets. Their vines are going to rip through the streets and stuff like that. You know, it says the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom. And Eve, Edomite woman, are the most wickedest woman on earth, and Eve is second. A close second at that, man. Eve feel like she's a man. She feels like she's 100% a man, and it's even worse with the Judite woman. They feel like they 100% men. If you do something, they could do it. And they gotta be over you, have order, and everything gotta go their way. They back talk you, man. They are completely wicked. Now, they gonna have a punishment, and they gonna be brung low, and they gonna be made humble. It says the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom, and the woman shall mourn, having no husband. Their daughter shall mourn, having no helpers. So they gonna see what it's like. So since they feel like they don't need man, then the Lord gonna give them exactly what they think, and they gonna see how hard it's gonna be. In the wars shall their bridegroom be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So you gotta hear these things and understand them, and understand what's about to happen. And that's why I'm going through this, and hopefully this will be edifying and giving you the definition of a rolling stone, just to edify you. Look, you're gonna have to be on the move. You might have a little bug out bag with some dry foods in it, with some band-aids or some water purification, or you might have some stuff like that, you know, a fire starter. You might have, like, you know, you might even have a little roll-up tent that you could throw on your back, a sleeping bag, you know, but you not gathering. You ain't got a whole house with 3 years worth of dry food, and you ain't gathering up like that, because you know you're going to have to move, and you ain't going to be able to take all that stuff with you. And the Lord's going to be there for you. You know that you're going to have to be like a pilgrim on the earth, or you know that you're going to have to be a rolling stone. You know, here. Definition of a rolling stone: a person who is unwilling to settle for long in one place. So you're going to have to be a rolling stone. You're going to have to be a person, and you're going to have to be unwilling to settle for long in one place. You might stay there for a day or two, but then you know, okay, I got to get up. I got to keep moving. You know, that's just how it's going to be when all hell break loose, especially when you got Esau coming after you. You know, you got Matthew chapter 24 happening. Matthew chapter 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and should kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Brothers and just 2/3 Israelites giving up your location. He's over here. So you got to move around. They hating you just because you're doing this work and you confessing the name of the Lord so stiffly. 2nd Esdras chapter 2, right? Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, right? So with that, I'm gonna say salvation to the elect. Shalom.